Last night, 20 apartment buildings that double as so-called birth hotels were raided by government officials in the city of Los Angeles, California. What has fast become a multi-million-dollar industry. Chinese women pay from $40,000 to $80,000 to come to the U.S. to deliver their anchor babies are now being raided by ICE agents in hopes the practice will stop in the future. None of the women were arrested in the raids, but they are being treated as material witnesses for future prosecution of the ringleaders. Paramedics were on hand in case any of them went into labor during the sweep. According to court papers, the investigation was aimed at ringleaders who pocketed hundreds of thousands of dollars tax-free to help Chinese nationals obtain visas and then pamper them until they delivered in an American hospital at a discount or for free. Censors are bound by law to care for anyone who comes in seeking medical attention. A spokesperson for Homeland Security did issue a statement later saying that coming to the U.S. to give birth is not illegal, but that coming to the U.S. under false pretenses is, and that could be punishable by law. Via the American Resistance, Anchor Babies Issues. The 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution reads in part, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. Babies born to illegal alien mothers within U.S. borders are called anchor babies because under the 1965 Immigration Act, they act as an anchor that pulls the illegal alien mother and eventually a host of other relatives into permanent U.S. residency. Jackpot babies is another term. The 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868 to protect the rights of native-born Black Americans whose rights were being denied as recently freed slaves. In 1866, Senator Jacob Howard clearly spelled out the intent of the 14th Amendment by writing, "Every person born within the limits of the United States and subject to their jurisdiction is by virtue of natural law and national law a citizen of the United States." This will not, of course, include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens who belong to the families of ambassadors or foreign ministers accredited to the government of the United States, but will include every other class of persons. It settles the great question of citizenship and removes all doubt as to what persons are or are not citizens of the United States. This has long been a great desideratum in the jurisprudence and legislation of this country. The original intent of the 14th Amendment was clearly not to facilitate illegal aliens defying U.S. law at taxpayer expense. Current estimates indicate there may be over 300,000 anchor babies born each year in the U.S., thus causing illegal alien mothers to add more to the U.S. population each year than immigration from all sources in an average year before 1965. The correct interpretation of the 14th Amendment is that an illegal alien mother is subject to the jurisdiction of her native country, as is her baby. Over a century ago, the Supreme Court correctly confirmed this restricted interpretation of citizenship in the so-called slaughterhouse cases 83 U.S. 36 1873 and in 112 U.S. 94 1884. In Elk v. Wilkins, the phrase "subject to its jurisdiction" excluded from its operation children of ministers, consuls, and citizens of foreign states born within the United States. In Elk, the American Indian claimant was considered not an American citizen because the law required him to be not merely subject in some respect or degree to the jurisdiction of the United States, but completely subject to their political jurisdiction and owing them direct and immediate allegiance. Congress subsequently passed a special act to grant full citizenship to American Indians who were not citizens even though they were born within the borders of the United States. The Citizens Act of 1924, codified in 8 U.S.C. Stat. 1401, provides that the following shall be nationals and citizens of the United States at birth of a person born in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Be a person born in the United States to a member of an Indian, Eskimo, Aleutian, or other aboriginal tribe. American citizens must be wary of elected politicians voting to illegally extend our generous social benefits to illegal aliens and other criminals. This is why we need to get rid of the anchor baby law ASAP. This is a law that should have never existed. Just because you are born on U.S. soil shouldn't make you a U.S. citizen with all the same rights someone who is born here, not out of false pretenses, enjoys. We need to start caring for our own once and for all. We are not the world's refuge for people who just rather be a United States citizen, although they have no clue what the United States really is or means. Enough with the lawlessness. Please share if you agree we need to abolish the 14th